Welcome back to Thai and I Play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. On the last episode, Mio interrupted us, and on this episode, Mio continually interrupts us. And we also got Alexandria, small side note, but time for gossip, because we would not be Ouroboros if we didn't have gossip. Have you seen the state of the food and medical supplies in Colony 4? Yeah, without a commander, they're probably pretty bad shape. You can add equipment and ether cylinders to that list too. They're running out of resources all across the board. I thought they had the anti-cannibalistic burrito recipe. I thought we fixed... Why are they always... Oh, we have to go back to Colony 4 and do food shortages as well, don't we? Oh, of course we do. And that was only one of two. Let's check out... Is there any gossip?
It's about time for a meal?
No, it's not time for a meal. We're still digesting the fish pies.
Sure you're all starved by now.
About those supplies we're sending to Colony Tau. They can wait. We've had a change of plans. Our next delivery is now going to Colony 4. Colony Iota goods. Yes, this is building up on the idea that Colony Iota is in such a good position resource-wise that they are generous enough to give those resources to other colonies. And now that we've freed them, we can only assume that they're actually willing to work not just with Agnian colonies, but also with Kavesi colonies. Because if they're quickly and apparently off the cuff rerouting supplies from like Tau or everything else, any other potential colonies to Colony 4, which is very much a Kavesi colony, that is a very curious thing, and it speaks to their character, I do believe. We're definitely going to see where this leads, and we're also going to see where this question mark leads and what this does for us. Because I am a fan of side quests. In gratitude for your courageous work here, congratulations. Thank you. Have some air and or pocket sand. Oh, the possibilities. I can feed this to clams and get us so many pearls if we're willing to wait. What's this? Everyone's having a grand old time. Ah yeah, I guess you don't know about this. Today's Harvest Day. It only happens once a month. What's Harvest Day? It's the day where all the crops are done. If you've ever played Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, because I do Stardew Valley, yeah, that's the day when all of the ancient berries and the fish come in. No? This is not ringing any bells for you? It's actually It's actually an evaluation day, Tyon. Every month we evaluate soldiers on their cooperation, boldness, and results. It's a day for us to show our appreciation of the soldiers who contribute the most to the colony. Can I be straight with you? In my book, evaluations are pretty much the exact opposite of fun. Having your CO barge into your tent at 4 in the morning to do a surprise boot inspection is about the worst thing ever. The one time I failed that, it was because all of the feathers, they got stuck in the boots, and then we tracked sand into the tent, and it was like, there is sand in your tent, Uni. 1,000 push-ups and then a 10-mile run all around Colony 30. 4. 9. Colony 9. They're all numbers. I can be expected to remember individual numbers. Well, Uni, I can sympathize, but that's not the kind of evaluation that we're doing on Harvest Day. The chosen soldiers get to ask for anything they want. What, like anything? Like cured Armu sirloin? Or some seafoam soap? Anything. Well, within the realms of possibility, of course. It's not like we can just, like airdrop them 10 pounds of prime Dinos Garaffa meat. It's hard to get Garaffa in the desert. Sparks alive, that sounds wicked. Ah, what I wouldn't do for some Garaffa hind. And next we have Misaka of Sequoia's team. Is Misaka here? Hey, you don't think she's still in the Intel Analysis Suite, do you? Oh, she might be, yeah. Probably clean forgot today was the day. But I did tell her in advance. Oh, shall we go get her? You can keep the show going without her, surely. Oh, I couldn't ask you to go to all that trouble. Oh, we don't mind. That's what we do. We're Ouroboros, after all. The saviors of colonies and the solvers of minor problems that aren't actually problems. Well, if you're insisting, thank you so much. Like I said, it's what we do, part and parcel. Then could you give this to her? What has she earned? The Harvest Day Tiara. It's made of rocks. You don't give it to her in person. Sequoia's team's really busy at the moment, and I kind of wonder if there's something going on with them. They won't mind, I'm sure. Just tell them I sent you. Alright, we'll go. I wouldn't mind talking to Mikasa. Mikasa Tsukasa. Can I leave you to take care of things on your end, chickadee? All in a day's work, Dame Alex. That's what we do here. And this is also what we're doing. We're doing the Harvest Day side quest. We're doing so many things. We're going to be doing all of the things. We're probably spending a few episodes, a lot of time. Oh, there's Mikasa. She's napping off a hangover. Do they have alcohol in Ionios? Probably not. Oh, how could this? How could this happen to me? I just can't. It's all so mumble. She's asleep. Wake her up. Where's the crock pot of cold water? Yeah, okay. Well, we could just, drop kick them, Alexandria. Yeah. Well, that's one way to get them up. What's that? Enemy raid? Yes, look at us. Look at all these angry Kavesi troops. Oh, she's awake now. Dame Alex? What did she just do to her? I understand opening up acupuncture points is one way to relieve fatigue, but, she just drop-kicked her neck. It's a miracle that they didn't, snap like a twig. Have you seen Dame Alex's thighs? They're massive. So's a punch to the kisser, apparently. You've been selected for Harvest Day, right? You should have been notified already. Here's your rock tiara. Oh, now I remember. I thought I'd have a little nap till it was time. Oh, and counting numbers all day, it really makes you, it's like counting sheep, but sheep don't exist. What does the sheep stand in for Ionios? Counting bunnets? I guess that's adorably substitutive, I guess. Oh, no, the award ceremony. I really need to go get my tiara rock tiara. Yeah, okay, pause your paños. Okay, we can count paños instead. Why do you think we came out all this way? Here is your tiara. It's made of rocks, after all. They're relatively shiny, but some of them are duller than others. Oh, this is made of rocks. I love the quartz. Quartz is the most tasty of all minerals. Well, after salt, of course, but, good luck finding salt in the Fornus region. I did it! Now I can get my luxury shampoo. Chickadee sends her regards and all that guff. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. I really want that shampoo. Try not to oversleep in the future, yeah? If this was the battlefield, you'd be dead. I don't recommend falling asleep on the battlefield. That's probably... You probably don't want to do that for several reasons, not just, dying. Oh, admittedly, that's a big reason. But, a lot of reasons why you don't want to fall asleep on, the middle of combat. Oh, sorry, I won't fall asleep in the middle of combat. But you have done some sterling work, so we'll get right on getting you that, shampoo. I'm expecting good things from you in the future, too, Misaka. Oh my gosh, he has a scouter. Misaka, what does the scouter say about her power level? Yes, ma'am, I won't let you down. And yeah, the power level report. It's apparently over 8,000. Anyway, you have to excuse me. There's procedures to follow. We have to record these immense power levels. Good shampoo is hard to come by. Harvest Day is about the only chance to get your hands on it. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. No inconvenience. We literally just had to come over, like 10 feet to the tent and, drop kick her neck. Not at all. It's been an enlightening experience. Bearing witness to Alexandria's immense talent in being able to apply just the correct amount of force to, again, drop kick someone in the neck and not snap it is, very informative. How long have you had this evaluation system in place, by the way? Well, since Chickadee arrived, I think. So, for about 2 years now. About the same time as Colony Iota's standing started to distinguish itself. Well, that girl's not much of a fighter, but she really excels at this kind of thing. Anyway, if you want to know more about it, or about how it all works, you should ask Chickadee herself. That makes sense. We need to report back to Misaka anyway. Do we? Let's get back to Chickadee. Why? Oh, about? Did you say about Misaka? Probably about that, but, It's only like it's like a 4-minute walk. It's not a big deal, literally at all. Good work with everything, Chickadee. We gave the tiara to Misaka as promised. She wants soap. All the awards have been giving out. Thank you so much for your help. You said Sequoia's team was busy. Well, it looks like it's taken its toll on Misaka. Following Collectapedia card movements takes a great deal of patience and concentration. That's why I wanted to make something like Harvest Day, to show people their hard work was appreciated. Ah, so the evaluation system was your idea. It was, and somehow I made it come to fruition, with Dame Alex's backing, of course. If all we wanted was an evaluation system, the Flame Clock and Homecoming would have done the job just fine. But you have to wait so long to see the results that way. I wanted something a bit more immediate. Well, a good way to improve soldiers' skills, I suppose. It provides good motivation, and it also serves as a direct personal benefit, and stops people from losing heart. There is many benefits to quarterly evaluations that give pretty much anything you want as a reward. I'm not really one of nature's fighters, but if this is the only way I can support the colony, then I'll do it with pride. And now that the colony's been freed, I can do so much more. Thank you, everyone. Literally what we do. A quest that only required to talk to a bunch of people 40 meters away from each other. I'm glad we did it.
Good, doesn't it?
Very good. All of this affinity is very good for... Oh, what did we get from that? Probably should show this off more often. Caravan call. Don't know what that does. I think that allows you to do a bunch of stuff. Oh, wow. Not a lot of... Apparently, Alexandria is not liked by a bunch of people. Captain and command. All of these have a frowny face. We need to fix the affinity. We need to do a bunch of side quests in Iota to fix all of these frowny faces. That is unacceptable. Can we talk to a bunch of people? Oh, we should probably talk to people. Gamber, let's talk to people. I'm mostly focused on Leibniz engineering research at the moment, but when I started, I was a mere mechanic. I was running myself ragged with endless repairs, so when they asked about changing the roster, I spotted my chance. I found out a little later that Ryza had set it all up for me with Dame Alex. The guy seems hands-off, but he's really involved.
We made some new friends.
Oh my gosh, you can't have more things. You spin me right round. That is a terrible way to weld. What are you trying to do? It's spin. You need to... Oh my, this is an ocean. You're not even wearing any safety goggles. Like, that is a welder. You need to turn this off, put on some light. You need a welder's mask. Like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Colony 9's really fallen by the wayside. Both their rank and the army numbers are down. What did you say about my colony? Let's continue to watch their Collectapedia cards closely. There might come a time when we have to lend them a hand. I am very thankful that they are doing this because if we can spread the love, as it were, with all of the colonies, then that's less stuff that they're going to actually beg us to do. It's like, oh, we're starving, we're running out of food, please go kill some garafas for us. Their hinds are delicious and people really want them. We really need to get, like, hunters trained up, so, wow, that's a lot of Napon coins. Oh, Feely, we had to defeat you. How are you holding up after our fight? Before Lexi became commander, this colony was really in the pits, but now it's moving full steam ahead. Though, I guess that's not exactly much need to spend resources and energy on war anymore, though, huh? I'm not too sure what the future's going to bring, but it'll do what it must, probably. We had some... Oh, Colony Iota Trader Pod. Let's do this so I don't forget to do it.
I suppose I should try and be thrifty.
No, we're not. Shut up. I just want... We didn't even get affinity from that. Do you give us affinity?
I suppose I should try and be thrifty.
Oh, did we have to... Who wanted accessories from various places? I believe one of the accessories was in here. Probably, if you're doing it yourself, just cross-check. I'll do that later. We have some discussion topics to discuss. I think we have like 3 things to discuss from the Colony Iota. Gossip Tree, Grapevine, so let's do that. Oh, Colony Iota goods. Oh, we definitely want to do that. No, we only have 2. Let's do Collectapedia cards first.
So, can we talk?
So Alexandria came up with the Collectapedia cards, right? Well, she said she got it implemented by a console. I'm a bit surprised she managed to get approval for something like that. I suppose there are all sorts, even among the consoles. Yeah, well, considering, Triton, that's probably more true than not. There are some, like Kay at Colony 4, who treat the soldiers like tools, and others, like Colony Iota, who allow commanders to exercise their judgment, and like Colony... Triton's Colony, 16. We're gonna call it 16 for lack of a more proper name, but who has like freewheeling, hunting, pirating ways of life. Still, bottom line is there's no Collectapedia cards without Alexandria. I just have to wonder how she managed to persuade her consul to sign off on it. Well, that's Alexandria's gift, apparently. Makes me scared to think what depths lie behind that smile. Probably something very manipulative. She strikes me as the manipulative sort. Colony Iota, good, so let's do this.
Heads together on this.
We shall, and we'll do this one as well. Side quests are incredible. So there's something about the Colony 4 resource problem that I've been thinking about. Alexandria, why did you help? Well, that's a bit of a rude question. Colony 4 is an ally. They've been released from their flame clock, after all. I don't need an excuse to help an ally, do I? Well, yeah, I can understand you're sharing resources with them, but what I'm trying to say is, how does an Agnian colony know so much about the resource shortages of a Kavesi one? That's what you were trying to say, Dion? Well, that's what I was wondering as well. Again, the Collectapedia, it does go for both types of colonies, right? It's like Agnian and Kavesi. Everyone uses the Collectapedia cards. Oh, there's no point in anything past you lot. Information is easy to come by if you know how, and I always stay up to date. You're not saying you have an inside man, are you? I wouldn't take that much of a risk. I'm just doing the same as you. Here, this is how. This is a Collectapedia card. Are you just figuring this out now, Tyon? I told you, didn't I? I came up with them. Did you think I could only see my own army's information? Wait. Whoa, hold on a second. You're saying that you leaked secret Agnes tech to get Keves to use it as well? Huh. At the time, I thought we just got really lucky. When all along it was a ploy to dig up enemy intel, I have to say I'm impressed. The important part comes after that, actually. While analyzing the flow of resources, I realized that this war is almost perfectly balanced. Almost like it doesn't want to end. Which is to say, there's someone orchestrating the war from behind the scenes. Yeah, Mobius. Again, the dialogue kind of reflects the fact that we should have come here a lot earlier. We know this is Zed. When you think about rules, you have to realize they're closely entangled with the intentions of whoever set them. Your words, Alexandria. This is what you were talking about, wasn't it? You worked out that much. Didn't exactly try and blow the whistle, though, did you? What else could I do? What could anyone have done, even had they known? Then Ouroboros appeared, the world's enemy. And the enemy of one's enemy is one's friend, right? I'm glad you understand such a simple concept, Ion. Well, I hope you're friendly with your actions as well as with your words. Cold as ever there, lands. Alright, how about this? I'll show you the storehouse, the heart of Colony Iota itself. Take whatever supplies you need and use them as you see fit. Fair? You're saying we have final say over resource distribution. Well, you'll have to discuss the particulars of the storehouse management with Shell, but yes, generally. I appreciate the sentiment, but we wouldn't feel right. Whoops, already pinged her. Too late. Already? She doesn't have much spare time, so you'd better get hustling, folks. The storehouse is a bit of a hard... Wait, what? The storehouse is a bit hard to give directions to, so first just head to Taurus Hollow. Just talk to Riza at the entrance and he'll let you in. Have we actually been to Taurus Hollow? Enemies and allies, we will be doing this. 960 meters. No, I don't believe we have. Let me check the area map really quick. No, we haven't. No, we haven't, because this is an entire area off down this direction. Oh, this is good. If you remember way back to when we first entered the Fornis region, we had a debate. Basically, it's like, oh, go east or go west. And if we went west, we'd have to fight a bunch of Agnian troops because, you know, it's not no man's land. It's inhabited by a bunch of Agnian colonies, right? That is Colony Iota. That's what they were talking about. So we went east and dealt with, you know, like sand and the wildlife. This is where we would end up if we did eventually go west. Here, let me see if I can't show it on the map. This is where we first entered the Fornis region, right? And there was just like all of this stuff down here, and this is the way we went to Colony 4 and did all that stuff. But if we went this direction, this is a path we've never actually been to. it'll eventually go all the way over here and lead back here. But if you did go earlier, if you had the bug of exploration, hold on. Did you see the blade that Ouroboros was wielding? He was using these adorable little white things. Yep, and they aren't just a weapon. They could carry your stuff or make for a convenient back scratcher. Well, that's not what the Mondo are for. That's not what have some respect for one's tools. But if you did do a bunch of exploring, you would end up here, but the gate would be closed and you'd be SOL. But that's the end point. So Menhurt Interdigit. So this is a new area for us. And that means there's new stuff to explore. The Slain Wonder Sphere. There's a doohickey over there. We're not gonna bother with the doohickey. I just want to get over to that direction. There is, oh wow, level 60 enemies. Okay, apparently there's some level 60 Kavesi folk over here, so you definitely want to be careful. Be aware of your surroundings, because while the normal monsters around here will be level 40, again, that's a pretty good deterrent for not coming over here on your first visit, because, you know, you'll probably be like around level 20. Zane's Talon. Right. If you're familiar with Xenoblade 1, a lot of this area and even the music will sound familiar for a little bit. Here, let me play the music for a little bit to see if you can figure out where it is.
What kind of place is this?
The Hand of the Makana should give it away, but this is very, very close to the sound of the Fallen Arm, which is one of those locations with really good music. So I absolutely recommend listening to it's such good music. Is there? Oh, there's a husk. We should probably be more vigilant about all of the husks. Again, one of these days, I'm just gonna really do a lot of stuff between episodes if I can ever force myself to do it. I just really, I keep procrastinating that, even though I know I have to do it at some point. But we are here. This is apparently where the entrance to the Iota storehouse is. Is that Ryza?
Is he angry?
Torres Hollow.
Just not very expressive is all. Still cute though, just like an Arden.
You have a weird idea of what cute is, Alexandria. Riza, we're here. Oh, you remind me of Colony 11's one guy who really doesn't like pain or loves pain or whatever. Is he mad at us? He reminds me of that guy from Ashira's unit. Riza, let's chat. You're scaring Senna. Tone it down. Sorry, not a talker. Oh, I see. Just like that one guy from Colony 11. Beware the monsters. Monsters? The storehouse is a little way out from here, so a little infestation is to be expected. It's hard to find, and the monsters save on guard duties. You could say they're the perfect anti-theft device. Risky business. Right, I see. Well, be careful. Ask Shell. And Dame Alex? Yes? Be nice. I'm nice. You don't have to tell me that. Don't bother yourself with me. Come on then, let's get moving. And moving we shall go. We have to explore
So that's how they do it.
Torres Hollow. Again, lots of enemies in their 40s, but you know. They're middle-aged. 40 is the new 20 after all, because we are still like 20 levels above them, which is not a concern. We just need to find our way down.
I don't get how a guy can be so calm.
He's already in his 10th term, and he looks more like an Arden by the day.
Well, you're one to talk, sixth termer. I can hold that over your head as long as we're alone, because I did promise not to talk about it in the presence of others. Which I do think is relatively interesting. Well, not interesting, but I don't even know what I thought. I will say that I was very shocked when the first playthrough came around and that little tidbit was revealed, because I genuinely thought, like, when it came to the commanders of the colonies, because I thinking back, I did do this before Colony Mew. No, I didn't. I had that backwards. What was I thinking of then?
Little guy.
I can barely remember what happens in an episode, let alone from months and or years ago. I'm not even going to try and remember. I think... No, I remember what was really funny about Colony Iota for me in my first playthrough. Tiny bit of a funny story. I did the initial fight in Dai's Canyon with the 4 where we got chased away in the first playthrough really early on, right after we did the Forest region really first, like the first pass through after Colony 4.
Let's put it away
And
for
I did that fight, and I, you know, like got chased away, and they recommended that we track down all of the other high commanders in their squads, right? And I saw that they were level 40, and I'm like, oh, this is something for later. So I came back, and I eventually did do it later, once I was like around level 40, and that was that. And then I genuinely, for the longest time, had no idea what to do to continue that quest. I thought it would just like happen eventually.
Let's put it away for safety.
At some point, it would be like a story-focused thing or something. So I went and did the entire rest of the game. I played through the entire game, the main story, everything. I did the credits and all that. Went into the sequel, not sequel. What's the word? Post game. I went into the post game and I'm like, finally, I did a bit of exploring. I'm like, what do I do? And then that's when I finally got the colony to fight. So if you think I'm over leveled now and doing this a bit past when I was originally supposed to, it's still significantly more difficult than I had it in my first playthrough when I was like like level 90 or whatever. It's like, oh, everyone is level 40 and we're level 90. Probably should have done this earlier. And it was completely I facepalmed a little at that because where are we going? I am so lost. Okay, we just have to wrap around. No, we have to... Okay, we have to go back and jump down over the cliff. Where are we going? Okay, backwards, jump off the side. Because I apparently cannot talk and do directions at the same time. That is one of my deepest flaws. I can't remember what I'm doing, and I can never remember where we are if we're talking about other things. Because it does look like there's supposed to be a place where we can continue on. It looks like it's down there. Is this where we're going? We have to go down further. All of the enemies are not a concern because, like I said... Is it up? No, it can't be up. It has to be down. Where are we going? I feel like we're lost. Let me check the map again. Oh, it's probably down in this area, right? Okay. I just took a straight when I should have done a left turn. More egg on my face, I suppose. There really isn't a lot to talk about when it comes to the enemies around here, because there are just a bunch of Aspar and a bunch of... There are probably some spiders in here. Caterpillars, spiders, anything that you'd find in a cave, really. I'm pretty sure there's some Vangs hiding in the rafters. Again, if you're just diligent, especially if you're on level, you probably don't have to fight things. You can almost certainly just... Oh, excuse me, just run away from things. You'll absolutely be faster than the caterpillars, and the Aspars aren't going to do much either.
It's another thing to see it for yourself.
Caddy on Cliffside. Yeah, this is absolutely where we're supposed to go. I would be aware of the Serpons. Probably want to stick close to the wall if you can.
Something so valuable here.
Stimulimes. I'm going to stimu that lime in a T. I don't know. Those are words. Well, not really. Jalapenoki. Oh, I could go for some jalapeno and gnocchi.
That's the storehouse.
That's a really big door.
It's well protected all the way down here.
Oh, wow. That glides up with no trouble whatsoever. That is an incredible feat of engineering.
We've never been here before.
Hidden stash. Oh my god, I could go for some hidden stash right about now. Sounds like the best ice cream flavor. Yeah, I'll have 3 quarts of hidden stash. Where is the person? So this is the storehouse. Queen's flapping wings. All this stuff is yours. Yep, and we're not at full capacity either. Let me introduce you. This is Shell. She's the resident storehouse manager extraordinaire. slash science experiment. If you see a giant, well, not necessarily, if you see a giant computer, scream. But if you see a tiny computer attached to a potato, pick it up and give that back to me. We kind of need that. It kind of runs the Collectapedia Cards, which is questionable and concerning based on some of her comments, but normally we kind of understand each other, especially when she's in potato form. So, Shell, everything should be as previously discussed, I assume. As of now, our friends here are on resource distribution. Fine with me, it needs to be done anyway. And the more surveillance, the better. Who's surveilling who? All of you surveilling me, of course. When you're living under the flame clock, your allies and enemies are clear. Whoever you can get the fire from is your enemy, simple as that. But we can't live by those rules anymore. Enemies and allies. They change depending on you yourself. That's the difficulty, isn't it? Forcing conflict is just one effect of the flame clock. Couldn't we also say that the flame clocks controlled our behavior? That's it. The time's ripe for traitors to emerge, so it's dangerous for any one person to hold too much power. Do you doubt your own comrades that much? Of course I don't doubt them. I know they can get whatever job done. We're all pretty brilliant here, after all. So the only thing that counts in your eyes is ability. Let me ask you then, would you trust some researcher sat at their desk all day with some manual labor? Who would put a soldier who couldn't pilot a bathtub in the cockpit of a Levinus? Personal skill is what counts in tactics. As long as you believe in that, that's enough. Does anyone disagree with that? Alexandria, are you? She's a right pain, isn't she? She's got that 6th term naivety. Give it a rest, Shell. Don't even bring that up. But I think it's a wise assessment. No one knows how things are going to change. Keep an eye on me or not. I'm with Dame Alex, that's all. You really care for Alexandria, don't you? I do. A lot. But I'm 10th term. Not got much time left. And Dame Alex needs allies more than anything else right now. So please be good to her. You shouldn't talk like that. About what time you have left. Well, I suppose you're right. We are going to break this vicious cycle. We don't need to see everyone die, fade away into motes of light. One is already way too much. Didn't mean to talk for this long. Anyway, about Colonies 4 resources. First, just got to do this. There should be a comma there. Supply distribution authorization granted. What was that? You've got access rights to the goods. You could think of it as unlocking a new function of the Collectapedia Cards. You really packed it with features, didn't you? It's nice to see you surprised. Well, this isn't surprise, it's shock. And it's pretty user-friendly. Just name the commander of the colony you want to send to. Then just pick your supplies and bing bang boom, you're done. But Colony 4's commander... It's Bolearis, acting commander Bolearis. No need to worry. It's all been arranged with Bolearis, the acting commander. You can use his name in this instance. It's easier to pick it up by doing, to be honest, so give it a go. And give it a go we shall. Colony Iota goods, 5 of them.
Oh, so that's how they're doing.
That's how they're doing. Right. Collectapedia cards. Oh man, I actually get to do that. How do I... Quests, I believe, and then Collectapedia cards, all the way at the end. Oh, we haven't done this in a hot minute. Let me see, before we do that, is there anyone we can... Oh, Bolearis. Hold off on that. Harala wants a bunch of stuff, so we definitely want to give stuff to Harala. This'll be good. I haven't done this in a hot minute, so we can just, see who else needs a bunch of stuff. Dinky Dinky? Yeah, that for a second, I was like, that's no way that's the name, but it is. It's Dinky Dinky. Colony 30, also pretty nice. Good affinity. Definitely want to get a bunch of affinity from various people. Hozumi from Lambda wants a bunch of stuff.
As requested.
Not like it's going to help us in any way, shape, or form. Who else is there? Honorine from Tau, Rowland from Tau, Graziana from Tau. Corezia, that's who wants a bunch of the accessories. So getting a bunch of stuff from Colony Tau is also pretty helpful. Oh, black liver beans. You better be immensely grateful that we have black liver beans. Because I am not prowling the heart cavity of a titan to try and find that thing. Heresia also wants a bunch of
Made them
stuff.
happy.
Strong Amber. I recommend doing this far more often than I do. Oh, Colony Mew wants a
Got it
bunch
all,
of
as
stuff.
requested.
Because they will pile up, and it's a good thing to do this. The rewards for raising your affinity to various higher levels with various colonies is definitely something you want to get pretty
hope it made them
sooner rather than later. The benefits are definitely better to
Looks
have
like we're all
early,
done.
so they can build up and up and up and give to more rewards than you otherwise would have had.
We got it all, as requested.
Darnie from the castle, Grover
Looks
from
like
the
we're all done.
castle. Definitely want to do all of that. Pretty sure that's everyone? Oh no, some people in Colony Iota. Chickadee wants a bunch of
I hope
stuff.
it made them happy.
You have an eye for this. Know any nice places for those in the know? Oh, Chickadee wants even
I hope
more.
it made them happy.
Excellent work. I'm sure this will make Dame Alex delighted with joy. Sif also wants some stuff
Looks like we're all
for
done.
monkey fossils. Shady. Questionable text. I think he might be drunk.
I hope it made them happy.
Forget your fishes side for. Is that everyone? That's everyone. Well, that's good to know. Where is the actual thing? We need to give Colony 4... Colony Iota's goods to Colony 4. Boliaris, yo, you got supplies you can send us? Right. Thanks in advance.
Looks like
Sure.
we're all done.
These will keep Colony 4 stable for the time being. Well, of course it's for the time being. There's no way we could ever get this sorted good and properly. Well, that's everyone, so I'm glad we did that. Look at all of the affinity we're going to get. 3 stars, 3 stars. I don't recognize the colonies just by their symbol, but if you do, good for you.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Ooh, Colony Mew at level 3.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Colony Iota at level 2? Agnes Castle at level 2. Right. The castle's... Well, Agnes Castle at the very least also has an affinity, so... side quests there, they need to be done at some point. Yep, everything went through, no problem. You've got authority over about half of the resources in this room. How you divvy it up is absolutely up to you. We're trusting you to distribute it according to the common good. The common what now? To each colony according to its needs, isn't it? If we scratch their back, they'll scratch ours in the future. It's like an investment that'll pay dividends to us later. Quest complete. Well, that is definitely something we need to think about, because the reward for this is a bit non-standard. It's 15 Colony Iota goods. Collectapedia Cards can now be used to send supplies to other colonies. Alexandria and the others consider it a worthwhile investment. So if you go into your Collectapedia Card menu, you will see Fiona from Colony Mew wants a bunch. Valdi from 30 also wants some. Are they the only two that we have right now? Nope, there's more. Izzard from Lambda, Teach from Gamma, Juniper from Tau. All of the people from the various colonies, the commanders at the very least, Xeon, Ashira, all of these commanders are here in your Collectapedia asking for those resources. And as you can tell by how many they need, look at how many Fiona, for example, needs. I believe that's 5. Fiona alone wants 8. We only have 15 to give, so if you need to give some stuff, you need to prioritize. You're not going to be able to give them to all. Fiona wants 8. Valdi only wants 2. Izzard wants 2. Teach needs 4. So you really need to prioritize who gets what. Juniper also wants 8, so you can generally tell what colonies, like how in need they are of supplies based on how much they're asking for. Because who else is around? Xeon needs 4. Ashira needs 6, 7. Ashira needs 7. And then, is that everyone? Pretty sure that's everyone. But you're going to have to make some decisions. So before I personally make a choice, I'm going to do another round of the colonies. I'm going to make a trip through everyone and see how everyone is doing in terms of resources and supplies. There is a lot to be done, and we're going to worry about that as well as all of the collectathons in the future. We'll end with talking to Shell, because Shell is right here. We may have some breathing space at the moment, but the supplies we've got laid away here have their limits after all. We won't be able to distribute them to all of the colonies. Please, think carefully about how you're going to use them. Don't overthink it though, just share them with the colonies that you think need them the most. I'm not going to make that decision lightly, I promise you that. We are going to give it some serious thought based on what the needs are and what everyone has when we take a trip out to all of these colonies to get gossip and side quests and everything else. So, that was this episode, and whether you guys watched it for 30 seconds or the entire thing, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode. Later.